My name is Connor McGee, and I am doing my project on Androcus carecus californicus, or the California oak gall wasp, and I will be collecting numerous galls from the Carecus lobata and then processing the galls to make ink. The induction of the gall begins when the gall wasp inserts its ovipositor and injects its eggs into the intercambium of the twigs and petioles of the oak, and the oak responds to the induction by creating a tumorous mass to isolate the activities of the invader. The young larva feeds off of the plant material in the tumor and later pupates and emerges from the gall, as well as enquilines that use the gall as shelter. After collecting the galls, I measured numerous from the sample, and they averaged about 2 1/3 of an inch in length. I made a bisection cut of one of the galls to investigate the interior of the gall, and I found two small burrowing holes from its previous tenants. Interesting material, sponge-like. Yeah, very light, airy. Next, I'm going to begin processing the galls. I'm going to stick with the rudimentary process. I just wanted to keep it really simple. So I'm not going to use any electronics, nor am I going to boil the galls, which is called for in some recipes to accelerate the process of extracting the tannic acid from the galls. Yeah, I'm just going to use some blunt force and a simple ferment. Most of the ferments called for 2 months or more. I'm going to do a short ferment for about 2 weeks, and hopefully I'll get a good ink out of that. Also, it calls for iron sulfate. When the tannic acid and the iron sulfate interact, it produces the dark pigmentation, which creates the ink. I'm just going to use some scrap metal and some rusted nails for the iron supplement, and also few of the recipes called for gum arabic, and the gum arabic would help suspend the pigmentation in the solution, but I'm going to leave that out as well. Then after a good old-fashioned press and squeeze of the 2-week ferment, you get a nice color out of the solution. It's nice and dark and rich, and I ended up producing about a gallon or just under a gallon of the ink. And what good is a gallon of ink if you don't put it to use? So I decided to employ my artistic license and create a short, quick homage to the tree that I collected the galls from. Luckily enough, I was able to find a turkey feather, and I just made a simple quill and got to work. And there you have a very simple, cost-efficient oak gall ink.